Thank you very much for your service and your time here today, and I'll try to make this as short as I can. But representing and speaking for the sheriffs across the country and other chiefs of police as well, you know, one of the issues that I know that they have great concern about is through your grant process, if you could just have someone look at this situation where non-relevant criteria are placed on grants to require agencies to meet some performance criteria. For example, one that I was familiar with was NIMS compliant, National Incident Management System. Had absolutely nothing to do with the grant, but they put that on as a criteria for grant application. And what that does is it takes away home rule from local law enforcement. And I know several sheriffs and chiefs are very concerned about that. Have you had any issues with that you're aware of?
Well, the statute Congress passed for the grant program allows the Department of Justice to place special conditions on grants. But the one we placed that deals in the future with sanctuary cities is minimal. It simply requires a cooperative relationships where federal officials can go to the jail and the people at the jail can communicate with the federal law enforcement officers. Does not require the states to go arrest people or hold them past their release date. None of those things. We think it's a very reasonable thing. May still be some conditions on those grants from previous administrations, but that's the one I think that we have added to it.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that's not the one that I'm concerned about.
Okay.
In fact, the sheriffs and chiefs that I've spoken to support that wholeheartedly. So
all right. Well, thank you. I will be glad to look at that.
But the other issue dealing with, you know, if they can force you to be NIMS compliant, they can force you to carry revolvers versus semi-automatics. You know, it just goes